Anton was here to watch West Ham, but in the end, such a comfortable night for West Ham in contrast to Manchester United that he was able to enjoy some of the United game as well, if that's the right word, because West Ham are through to the semi-finals of the Europa Conference League. They've absolutely thrashed Ghent tonight by 4-1 at the London Stadium. That means they finished 5-2 on aggregate. David Moyes' side went into the second leg evenly poised with the scores level at 1-1, but would have been fearing the worst when they went behind in the first half. But Mikel Antonio's equalisers just before half-time gave them something to build on, and my goodness, they built on that. 10 minutes after the break, Lucas Paqueta scored from the penalty spot before Declan Rice added a simply sumptuous fourth goal, and they will face Dutch side AZ Alkmaar next in the semi-finals. So, Anton, when you were watching West Ham, which was, of course, most of the time, just put into context how big, how good a performance that was.
Yeah, it was a fantastic performance. West Ham started well. They came out of the blocks quickly, but were nullified by Ghent, who got themselves in the game and were doing quite well. Against the runner play, Ghent scored. West Ham replied just before the break and should have had a penalty before the break, but for some reason VAR didn't. VAR wasn't an option for that for some reason. Then after the break, West Ham started okay. Paqueta started to get on the ball, started to make things happen, got the penalty, and it was a fantastic penalty from Paqueta. I must say, in the second half, he was sublime. He was fantastic. Every time he got on the ball, he made things happen. And after that, West Ham started to play of the West Ham of old. You know, Ghent had to come out to try and make a game of it, to try and get back into the game, which essentially played into West Ham's hands. West Ham sat back and played them on the counter. Declan Rice's goal was an absolute dream.
I
of a
heard
goal.
your cry off.
It was brilliant.
It was like a soccer Saturday.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant. It was. As
you said,
good.
that's added a few more million to his price.
It has, and I think the way that he won the ball in the middle of his own half, and then he said it in his interview after the game, when he has space like that to run into, he absolutely loves it. People see him as just a six, someone who breaks up the play, but he's got everything. The way he drives with the ball, you know, take his team up the pitch, he'd done that for his goal. And as he went through, he had the composure and the ability, by the way, because when you're driving with the ball that far, you get tired very, very quickly. But to have the composure and to have the ability to shake and bake the defender, he faked in to go on his right, moved out to his left, and put it across goal into the back of the net. That tells you what type of player he is, you know. And he's a player who, as a West Ham fan, I hope we don't lose at the end of the season, because moments like what we saw today is what we live for as West Ham fans.
And at this stage of the season, particularly when you're still only 4 points above the relegation zone with a big game away to Bournemouth to come on Sunday, momentum's everything. When you look at what they did against Arsenal, it looked like it's going to be a one-sided hiding on Sunday, but they come back, get a draw there. Thumping victory tonight. Huge game to come against Bournemouth. Are they finding momentum at just the right time?
Yeah, they are finding momentum at the right time, but the stats say that West Ham, I think it's in October was the last time that they won a game after a game on a Thursday night, or a game that they've won on a Thursday night. So I hope the tables turn.
Trying to douse the joy, are you?
I'm just saying what the stats are telling me, you know. But I hope that changes. I hope the last two games have had to go a goal down to respond in the right manner and start to up the ante in the final third. They can't afford to do that on the weekend in the game against Bournemouth. Gary O'Neill's done a fantastic job with Bournemouth, and I think whoever wins this game on the weekend is the team that will stay up, and West Ham need to win it to make sure that they're in the right frame of mind and they're not worrying about the Premier League when it comes to the semi-final of the Conference League.